Get your custom build ready in time for spring at 4 Wheel Parts. It's Customer Appreciation Month, and now is the time to take advantage of our best price guarantee. We won't be beat. The biggest deals are happening right now with huge savings on Motor Metal wheel packages starting at $16.85. At 4 Wheel Parts, we install everything we sell, so you don't have to. Drive in today with no appointment necessary for all tire, wheel, and alignment services, plus special 12-month financing offers, only at 4 Wheel Parts.
It's pretty simple. You want to win races, put KMCs on your truck.
3, 2, 1, yeah! Here we go, the first two cars heading on the line right now. Now we have a marker coming to the finish line.
At Baja Designs, we have lights for all on- and off-road enthusiasts. For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.
Stacy Clark here, owner and general manager of Unlimited RV. As racers, we know how important time is. Not bad, kid. 5 seconds faster. As racers, we know how important reliability is. At Unlimited RV, we have lifetime warranty, so you know we've got you covered. At Unlimited RV, we offer nationwide free shipping, so you don't have to waste your time getting into the RV or motorhome for your next big adventure.
All right, everyone, we are back. It is 11 o'clock. That means it's time for your next KMC Wheels Fishgistics update here, presented by F&L Racing Fuel. Are you guys having fun today? Are you guys enjoying this King Shock SCORE San Felipe race? It's been pretty good so far. It's been really fast, actually. This is going to be a fast race, especially with them going around that summit section. It might actually take them a little bit longer, but I don't think we're going to see any bottlenecks today. So that's going to make the race go pretty fast, in my opinion. So hopefully you guys are having fun. We have some drama at the beginning of the pack, though. Let's go over to the tracker. So looking at the tracker, Bryce Menzies was at 0 miles an hour a minute ago. I think when this updates again, he's going to be at 0. So something going on with the number 7. Luke McMillan is your leader. So Luke McMillan is out there, and Luke McMillan is leading. And behind him, we have Tavo Vadosla in the 21. So we got Tavo in the 21. Behind him, we have Alan Ampudia. And hold on, checking. We're getting updates for you guys. Okay, so we got update. The 92 had a blown engine. As I get the updates, we bring them to you guys. You know how we roll here. So 92 had a blown engine earlier. We also got an update that Toby Price, if you weren't here last time, had a throttle position sensor or something going on with the throttle in the truck. So that's why when you scrolled back up here, the 46, unfortunately, first car off the line, top qualifier, was down. So he led all the way till right there, and then he went to 0 miles an hour, started going again for a little bit, and then something happened, throttle position, something with the throttle, and he lost throttle, obviously. Can't go anywhere. So big bummer for the 46. They had a good run going, but we're trying to wait and find out what's going on with the 7. Once this updates again, I think it's going to show them at 0 miles an hour here once this updates. So something's going on with Bryce Menzies. We're trying to figure that out right now to bring you guys an update. So we have Luke McMillan out front, Tavo Vadosla second, Alan Ampudia third. Bryce Menzies was right behind Tavo, but he has come to a stop once this updates. Then the 1L, Gustavo Badosola Sr., that is Ricky Johnson driving the first half. We just saw them pit right here. So I did see them pit. That should be Gustavo Badosola in there now, I would assume, because you're not going to stop more than once here. I did not see who got in the truck and if they did a driver change, but I did see them pull into a pit right in here at Borrego. So we know that the 1L just pitted. The 7 also just pitted right before here. So that's why this 0 miles an hour, when it updates here in a minute, is not going to be a pit. Their pit was back up here, and they actually got passed by the 10 in the pit. The 7 had kind of a long pit. It looked like something might have been going on with the Pressure Pro or something. It looked like the fuel was taking a little bit, and the 10 actually got by the 7 because the 7 came into the pit ahead of the 10. The 10 has also pitted. They would have had to by now. So, and anybody you see at this point right here has definitely pitted already. You would not be able to make it all the way back over to here most likely on fuel, or it'd be too far to try to push it. It wouldn't really be worth it. So let's see. Somebody just said Ampudia is stopped now. So once these things get refreshed here, okay, Bryce is moving again. So Bryce was stopped, maybe just a flat tire. He was stopped for a minute or two right in here after his pit. So something's going on with it. It looks like they got it dialed in. He's moving again. And then Ampudia may have just come to a stop once his thing is going again. But it looks like he is moving. We're going to keep an eye on the leaders. Let's scroll back a little bit. The 70, they had a drive shaft, lost a drive shaft earlier. It was an update that we got. So they are going again. So the 70 is moving again. Householders having a good day. Brenthal, Andrew Myers, and Cameron Steele. That is Ryan Arciero driving. Cameron Steele's actually getting in right there, wherever their pit is right here. Cameron was going to jump in. So he's going to do the second half. That was in actually, that's actually Ryan Arciero's truck, his Herbst truck that they're racing out here. So he's got the big Gibbs motor in that truck. We'll see how what Cameron thinks of that thing. Then going back, let's see if we can find our first Class 1 car. So actually, all the Class 1s already got passed by the spec truck. So not a surprise. And honestly, if it was me, I would have started the spec trucks in front of the Class 1s at San Felipe because off the front, off the straightaway going down Zoo Road, the Class 1 cars just cannot hang with these spec trucks. The spec trucks, you can see Jason McNeil right here has already passed all of the Class 1 cars. There was 9 of them on the entry list. So he's already passed 9 Class 1 cars by mile 80. He's just passing the last one right now, Brad Wilson. So the 234 is going to be your lead spec truck. That was Jason McNeil. He qualified first. We have Brad Wilson is your lead Class 1 car right now in the 153. Then we have, let's see, a couple more in another class. Second place is Cody Parkhouse. So good to see Cody Parkhouse go in the right direction here. Going second place. Second place in spec truck is going to be 204, Christopher Polvardi. So that is your second place. Third is going to be Elijah Kiger. And the 253, Ray Griffith. Back here we have Brennan Gaughan. So Brennan Gaughan, if you guys saw that video, he basically called out everybody at the driver meeting last night for not wanting to run the mini summit section. So it was actually pretty fun and cool to see Brennan call everybody out. That was kind of fun. So that's a look there. And then it starts getting stacked up with all these other classes here, with all these cars. It's mostly spec trucks, a lot of spec trucks. The 23 lost a power steering pump earlier, right off the bat, like mile 2.5. So they were down for a long time, had to change the power steering pump. And then after that, let's see, where's another class? Here's Class 10. I'm trying to find Class 10 for you. Let me just turn on Class 10. We'll start doing a couple by class only because there's a lot of cars in this race. And a lot of them are stacked up. So here's Class 10. So 1064, Justin Buckley is going to be your first place car on the tracker. So they're in front on the tracker. Then we have Jose in the 1000. That's your class champion from last year. Then we have Stan Potter. Those guys are always fast in that single seat car. That's kind of cool. That's the single seat Class 10 car. So there's nobody's fault except your own, no matter what happens in the race. Then behind them we have the 1077, Dale Everts. So we know that Dale's been around for a long time. That's good to see them back out racing again. 1016, 1014, 1019. So that's a look at Class 10. You can see they're really all still stacked up right there. There was a lot of those entered this race too. There was 19 of those entered. So pretty good showing from Class 10 out here. In Class 1, here, we'll just turn that on and show you real quick. Yeah, Brad Wilson and them are way up here. So Brad Wilson first, Cody Parkhouse second, Brendan Gaughan third, Joe David fourth, Adam in the 102 is going to be fifth, and then Cody Reed That's not the all-wheel drive. That's actually their old car that burned up in the fire. They actually rebuilt it, and they're out racing that car. The other car wasn't ready. I think something with the car wasn't ready, engine or something, so they brought out the pre-runner, and they're racing the pre-runner. So that's their old race car, which is now the pre-runner after they rebuilt it. So that's 168. Cody Reed there. Then let's see. Let's go look at some of you guys are asking about the bikes. Yeah, we should go check on the lead bike. So the bikes are down here at this bottom loop. You can see this red is where the cars are going to turn off. So the cars are going to come up here. The bikes and quads do this bottom loop because they didn't do that top loop where the cars are on right now. So in the bikes, we have the 15X that is showing out front. And then we have the 23X going to be second. Then the 3X is going to be next. And then behind them, 300X. So that's your top four right there. So the 15X is your top pro. I guess the 15, the 23, and the 3. That's a pretty good race between these three bikes right here. They're pretty close right there. That's only a couple miles between them. Then we have the 33 back here. Here's your first place in the quad class, the 1A. So that's Nicholas. The 1A is first quad. Here's going to be your second quad, the 21A. Then behind them is going to be a bunch stacked up. You got all these right here. And then you got 105A. So that's a look at your lead bikes and quads. They're getting pretty close to the finish, actually. They're only 27 miles from the finish right there. So we're going to have our first bike finisher probably within an hour, honestly, before our next update, or pretty close to it. So I'm going to have a bike finish soon. The 1X did not have a good day. So I don't know what happened with the 1X at the start. They either started late or they had something going on, but the 1X is way back, and they've been way back all day. So you can see they're way behind the 1X. So something happened with the 1X earlier. So now you can see our lead trucks have gotten to the bypass. So they are on the bypass. We have Luke McMillan out front, and then we have Tavo Vadosla in second. Remember, Tavo is in a newer to him truck. He has a Mason all-wheel drive now. So he is in that same truck they raced at the 1,000, but he doesn't have a lot of seat time in there yet, but definitely having a good run so far. Behind him, we have Alan, who's in a brand new truck. This is the first race for that truck, also a Mason all-wheel drive. So currently the top 3 trucks are all Mason all-wheel drives. Top 4 trucks are all Mason all-wheel drives on here. Bryce Menzies obviously is in a Mason all-wheel drive too. So the all-wheel drive is kind of checking out a little bit. The closest two-wheel drive truck we have is right here. We got Andrew Myers, and then that's an all-wheel drive Gustavo. So this is a two-wheel drive battle right here. If you're taking a look at the two-wheel drive class, we have Andrew Myers, we have Cameron Steele, and we have Tim Herbst. Those are all the two-wheel drives right there, 1, 2, and 3 in the two-wheel drives. Obviously, they all race the same class, but it's kind of fun to separate them a little bit just for tracking purposes. Eric Husted here, Adam Householder, Jonathan Brenthal. So that's a look there. We're starting to see a little bit of a gap from these top 4. And these top 2 are pulling away too. So Luke and Tavo definitely, no surprise there. I mean, Luke's been on a mission for the past couple years in off-road racing, and he's got another good one going today. So definitely fun to see. So yeah, that's a look at pretty much everybody that's kind of spread out for us to be able to show you. We can go look at some of the UTV classes real quick. Let's look at the UTV Open class, if I can find it. Here it is. So this class has 17 in it, including the new Polaris factory racers. So that's kind of cool to see. Some new team out here. We have, Brock Heger. He is one of the Polaris factory cars. So he is currently first. Austin Weiland. He's another one of the new factory cars. Second. Caden McCachran, another one of the new factory cars. Third. And Caden Wells, not factory car, but he is in a Polaris. I think he's all in Polaris, actually. Unless somebody wanted to enter with 35-inch tires and do some more modifications, then they would be in this open class also. So pretty cool. This is the Polaris Factory 1, 2, 3. And then Polaris sponsored driver Caden Wells is currently 4th behind them. And we have Justin Smith, Brandon Sims, Craig Scanlon, and Tyler Backus. So that is a look at your top UTVs in the Pro Open class. So that's a good race right here. This is fun. These 3 cars are on the same team, and they're all right together. So that's going to be fun in the pits, right? Those guys, when they get to their pit, first time out for that team. That's made up a lot of professionals. Travis Clark and Craig Scanlon put a good team together, but they're going to have their hands full when all 3 come in the pits at the same time, it looks like. So that'll be fun to keep an eye on. In the turbo class, the Pro Force induction class, let's see, we got to go back a little ways. They started behind them. So they are, the 29-28. Matt Burrows is in second. Got Carlos in first. PJ Jones in third, and then they're all stacked up. We got Edgar, looks like off course a little bit. We got Steve Poole, Jessica Lopez, Adam Lovell, Michael McFadden, Cameron, and Rodrigo Ampudia. We know that name. So we got quite a few UTVs. There's 30 in this class, in the forced induction class. So look at that. That's going to be a good race with 30 in that class. There's 17 in the Pro Open class. So lots of UTVs out there. Behind them, everybody's just really stacked up. So we'll check in on some of these classes a little later. We are currently getting the 11 cars just left the line, as you can see, once the show's back up. The 11 cars are off the line, so we will keep an eye on these guys all day and hope that one of them can get to the finish in time. They're on the sportsman cars right now. You got the last car just left the line right now. It is the 1810, and we can see, here's a look over at the score feed. You can see they were just going off, and it keeps buffering, so I don't know what's going on with there, but yes, it's buffering for me too. Everybody's been asking. I don't know, hopefully they can get it fixed. Over here, oh, check this out. This is the Herps feed. They're in the pit right now. So this is on the Terrible Herps Motorsports Facebook. Go on there and check this out. It's really awesome. They have the in-car camera in like 4 or 5 different cars today on the Herps team. And this is the 19 Pat Dean right now. So Shane Robinson. So Pat Dean is getting out right now, and then Tim's going to be getting in the 19. So this is going to be their driver change right there. And this is pretty cool to see live. This is via Starlink, and it works really good when you're stopped. And then when you start moving, it works up to 100 miles an hour, and then it cuts off at 100 because Starlink turns them off at 100 right now. There's a car going by. Who was that just went by? We can look at the tracker and see in a minute. So there we go. Look, driver change going on. So that's Pat getting out. Now we got Tim Herps, Jason Montez getting in. So that is Jason Montez on the right there, getting strapped in. Here comes Tim Herps. So here comes Tim getting in. Got to get buckled. This is always gnarly as a driver because you're sitting there and you're trying to do your stuff as fast as you can. Honestly, I hated doing this because you want to go and you got to make sure you get everything. Look, here comes another Herps car coming in the pit behind him. So we got another Herps entry. That looks like Householder. So we got Adam Householder coming in the Herps pit. The Herps are pitting several trucks today, as you can see. So this is awesome to watch this. So and here we go. Here's the 263 coming in, or that was the in-car in the 263 spec. There they go. The 19's out of the pit. They're done. That was a pretty fast driver change, so good job to those guys there. You can see Adam Householder had just pulled in the pit behind him, so he's going to be getting pitted right now. Adam's driving the whole thing himself, so he's going to be in the whole way. No driver change for the 24. So if you guys want to watch this again, go over to the, when I'm not on, the Terrible Herps Motorsports Facebook page is where I'm watching this right now. So this is really cool. I'm glad they did this. Thanks to the Herps for doing this. This is awesome. Definitely really, really cool to see all these different angles from different cars today. And I'm excited for technology to keep up. So I don't need to show you guys that. You guys can go watch that. I'm going to watch it too. So I think that'll conclude this update. Let's go look at the leaders one more time if you just joined us. So the leaders are right here. Let's refresh and see where they come. They're on the bypass. They're currently on the bypass. So this shows Tavo, but it hasn't updated. Look, Luke's hasn't updated for 5 minutes. So the 1 is going to be in front of the 21. 21 is going to be second. Alan Ampudia is going to be third. Then Bryce Menzies is going to be fourth. That hasn't updated in a while. Then fifth is going to be Andrew Myers. And then we just watched the 19 pit. They're going to be sixth. 38 is going to be behind them. And then Householder that we just saw pull in the pit behind them. All right, so that's a look at that. And somebody said, did Reese pass them yet? Yeah, where is, let's see, Reese started pretty far back. He's in class 2000. Or class 2. Richard Faint is the Reese Millen car, if you guys are looking for it today. It is the 2086. This is the Reese Millen Jackal right here. So he's right there. If we turn all the cars back on, no, he has not. He has passed the Pro Turbos, half of them or so, but he has not passed the Pro Opens yet. But he started behind all the Pro Turbos, so he started a ways back. All right, guys. We'll be back at 12 o'clock with your next update here on Fishgistics. Big thanks KMC Wheels, 4-Wheel Parts, FNL, everybody that supports us. Boxo and Razor. Razor's having a pretty good day so far in the open class. All their factory cars are looking pretty good right now. We'll see how it goes. First race for them. All right, Toby Price out with a throttle issue was the rumor earlier, 0 miles an hour. He's been down for a while with something with the throttle, and that's what we got. All right, we'll be back at noon with your next update here on Fishgistics. See you guys then.
racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
Your locally owned Bill Alexander Ford has the vehicles you want. F-Series, Bronco, Expedition, Edge, Explorer, Escape, and Ranger. And try our mobile service for light maintenance. We will come to you. For a difference you can count on, visit us in person or go to BillAlexanderFord.com.